Welcome to Fort Worth, Texas, at Amon G. Carter Stadium. And anytime the TCU Horned Frogs take the field, they have a standard, a legacy to live up to. One that was established by the likes of Slingin' Sammy Baugh, Davey O'Brien, and LaDainian Tomlinson. And the Red Raiders will boot it away to start the game. And he'll bring it out of the end zone. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. The Horned Frogs return team didn't help matters out much with that one. These rivalry games can really get the blood pumping, and we'll see who can manage their emotions best early.
Everyone's been waiting for this game, right? You know, both of these teams have had this game circled all the way back to the beginning of the offseason, so you got to be able to play under control.
With passion, with energy, with hatred, because it's a rivalry game, but keep your emotions in check and making sure I'm controlling what I can control.
Using the quick game. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage. You make up the game plan, and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Dropping back, it's Reeves. He's got his man. And Shore tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. The Horned Frogs will try to pin them back with the punt. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. So the Texas Tech Red Raiders offense will try to get something started with their first possession. Typically, the last thing a defense wants is to have a backer on a wide receiver, but we may see some of that today, guys.
Typically, you don't see linebackers that can run like this guy, and that's why they feel okay letting him cover this dynamic wide receiver one-on-one.
Yeah, and feel okay, it's not going to be a good thing. You better get your hands on him early. Put your physicality, let that win. It ain't going to be your speed.
Got out of trouble and throws. And the incomplete pass had a lot of juice on it. They'll snap it from the 48 on 3rd and short. To the ground to try to move the chains. They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop. The Red Raiders will line up to punt it away. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. And the punt will hit at the 7, and they can't corral it. It goes into the end zone. It'll come out to the 20. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Complete to the left. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end. After that big gainer to open things up, they'll put it in play from the 40. Fires to the middle. Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The offense will put it in play from the 47 on 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. It has been a season to forget, and honesty compels us to say changes are probably coming.
I'm not sure, but I think Reese Davis just fired a coach. Is that what I heard? I'm pretty sure that's what just happened. Listen, hasn't gone well. You've heard the outside noise, continuing to get louder and louder, haven't met expectations. And this is the business we live in college sports, when you get paid a lot of money to do a job and you don't perform.
Listen, at the end of the day in college football, it's results-oriented. They've lost football games this year, and so all signs right now pointing to them potentially making that change before next season. If they're going to stay competitive and they're going to field the best team and program possible heading into next year, then it looks as though a change is inevitable here.
Last play didn't go well. It leaves them with 2nd and 11. Keeping it on the ground with the single back. Stop is made almost immediately. Give him 1 to the 23.
And a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses, too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
And they'll have to settle for a field goal try. And this one will be a 40-yard try from the left hash. It's good. He could have hit a string right in the middle of the uprights there. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Texas Tech ready to send the offense back onto the field. He'll start this drive firing. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. After the misfire, it's second down. He's looking to throw. Finds his tight end. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Leaves it with the running back. They stop him cold, maybe gets a yard to the 34. We had a barn burner the last time these two teams played, and no reason to expect anything else between these two bitter rivals.
Attention to detail, and I think the sense of urgency, David, in a game like this just goes way up.
And I think managing the emotions in these type of games, you know last year was a classic. Now you're trying to form this year's identity of this team and go out and get a win in a big-time rivalry game.
To the air on first down. Going to try to pop one on the screen. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down. Now after the short completion, it's second down. Give to the running back. One-step wrap, two-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground. Big third down here. They need to get the ball to the 41. From the gun, wants to pass. Finds his man. It's Brown. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Dances away from one. They make the stop, and that's how the first quarter will end. That's the end of the quarter, and TCU has the lead. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. First down to start the drive after the break. Running back searching for a hole. He locked up and held on to bring him down.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
They're trying to get to it. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit. They run into a bit of trouble here. Third and long from the 25, and the last thing they want is to get knocked out of field goal range. Into double coverage, and he picked it off.
And that's the advantage right there of having your dime personnel on the field. You got an extra DB. You got an extra guy out there who's really good at covering. So for quarterbacks, you got to be so good and precise with these passes because they've got speed in the back end. They're able to come away with the pick.
And that's just a flat misfire, not even close to his receiver. And the incompletion brings up a second down. To throw, it's Reeves. Back open in the middle. And he was just a couple of steps away from taking that one even further after the catch. And this set of downs gets started from the 33, first and 10.
I like the running back there on the route and the patience he showed, really setting it up. He got to the defender, was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield for the first.
On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the hit. A nifty pickup there. Now on second down. He's looking to throw. Moving out of the pocket. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
He was trying to push it downfield. He was looking for a receiver, trying to make a play. You could tell the pressure started to get to him a little bit. Nowhere to go with the football, and just fights back to the line of scrimmage.
They'll try to power their way ahead. And he gets it done on third down. They move the chains, and they'll mark it at the 44. And the Horned Frogs are on the move. He'll come out throwing on first down. Got it in the middle, it's Rodriguez. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. The Horned Frogs come to the line with a fresh set of downs. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. They'll pick up 4, second and 6 coming.
Small gain, I know, but again, the defense knows he's going to run the football. He's willing to run the football, not just drop back and pass, make him honor the run game. You got to do a lot of this.
Not much of a chance there. He just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack. Couldn't find his man last time, and that leaves him with a 3rd and 6. A little pre-snap eye candy for the defense. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Quickly out to the tight end.
It's a really nice job in coverage defensively there because that tight end, he wasn't really even open. Quarterback just still tried to put it on him and give him an opportunity, but great tackle short of the stick, setting up 4th down.
It's good. After that last field goal drive, they're set to kick it away.
Well, that kid just showed off his hammer for a leg, 50-plus, and he did it with ease.
Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Texas Tech has it back, and the Red Raider offense on its way to the field. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did on the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
I love when players understand situations and they understand where the first down marker is and they understand where I got to get to. A lot of people you'll see run north-south and try to bounce out wide and make big plays. Sometimes it's not about making big plays. Sometimes it's about getting that first down to make sure I get an extra set of downs instead of trying to make those big touchdown runs.
They'll go back to the air on 2nd down. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
And the big tight end, a lot of times that's a bigger strike zone, a bigger dude, and you can tell they put the hit on him, and that ball came out, and it came to the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up. And the Red Raiders will send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And he's going to get it up to about the 29-yard line before he's brought down. TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. They've had a couple of productive drives, but they've had to settle for field goals in 2 of their 3 previous possessions, Jesse.
Yeah, this is an offense that takes a lot of...
Hits the accelerator to the right. Pass to 10. And the defense couldn't corral him, and they took it all the way. Touchdown, Horned Frogs!
This is a play this offense reps over and over and over again in practice. And this quarterback always makes the right decision. He always knows when he needs to keep the football. And then when he does, with his speed and athleticism, he is a problem.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Let's see what this offense has dialed up this time. Caught in the backfield, it's Brown. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. They're working that left side. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page.
You know, sometimes when you're throwing against zone coverage, you need time for the routes to develop. So nice job by the quarterback there, being patient, allowing his receivers to work themselves open.
Complete and looking for enough for the 1st down. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. You want to talk about aggressive or wacky? This head coach is keeping his offense on the field inside his own 30. And how about that catch and run? So dangerous, this guy. The offense lines up at the 41 with a 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Getting some heat. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, this defense felt coming into the game that if he was going to try to throw from the pocket, they could get to him and affect his accuracy, and they did on that last play.
2nd and 10. He'll throw again. Looking deep. He's got it inside the 15. a catch and run for 6.
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. They've got some time to work with here, Jesse, and if they get a first down, they might really get aggressive.
I'd be aggressive right out of the gate.
He lobs one high down the left side. And he's got it inside the 35. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, TCU!
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Trying to start the drive with a pass. And it's incomplete. They were looking for the huge gain on first down.
And I know most offensive coaches, they're going to be thrilled taking all these 50-50 shots against man coverage. I don't know, though, if they want to keep testing that defensive back. He has been on fire.
Just a short pass to the tight end. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. Ever since they invented the forward pass, the tight ends have been running the drag and getting the first down.
I think it's because the tight ends is so much versatility. You know, they can block and stay in the formation, or they can release and come out. But either way, if the quarterback's patient, most of the time, that drag route's going to come open.
Wide open downfield. Oh, look out, there he goes. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Red Raider.
And unbelievable timing with the quarterback and wide receiver. Get it to him in his hands, right on his frame, where he can run after the catch and do some serious damage.
And that's why he's so dangerous, because of that ability after the catch. For these DBs in this game, you've got to tackle the reception, because if you don't get him down, he's taking it to the house.
And the returner will be brought down. But the offense has had enough, they'll take a knee and wrap up this first half. As expected, they're content to run out the clock and go into halftime. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Just about set for the second half kickoff. On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Texas Tech ready to send the offense back onto the field. First play from scrimmage, and they'll keep it on the ground. And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play. Now on first down from the 28. He's going to pass. He's going for the big play. Grabs it at the 25 in stride. And he takes it all the way. They couldn't stop him. Touchdown, Red Raiders. That was just as simple as playing catch in warm-ups.
And this offense felt like they could take advantage of this defense down the field, throwing the football. They've got a lot of speed on the perimeter. I feel like they've got some matchups they feel they should be winning one-on-one. You saw a great example of it right there.
Looks as if the returner will try and field this one. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. TCU has it back and the Horned Frogs go on offense. He'll do it himself. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Well, they're trying to go option, but the linebacker shows his open field tackling ability and also his recognition. He expected the quarterback to keep it, went after him, was able to make the tackle for loss.
Looking downfield, it's Reeves. Gets it out fast. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
How about that? The dying breed of the tackling cornerback. You don't see those anymore. Everybody wants to be great in coverage. Everybody wants to get picks. But how many corners really want to get their face in the fan and make tackles? Nice job by that play.
And the Horned Frogs have it with a 1st and 10. They're going to run it. Stopped at the 47-yard line, a 10-yard gain, and they'll move the markers. The Horned Frogs are moving quickly down the field. The RPO, fire complete to the left. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
They're getting suffocated right away. How about the DB? Just seeing that initially, pulling the trigger, getting to him, get him on the ground, get the tackle for a loss.
On 2nd down, looking again to throw. Out of the backfield, he's open. And oh, he was off to the races after the catch, and they finally drag him down. Inside the 30 and the 29, it's a 1st down. Use the play fake, now to throw. And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38.
This defense, they are tenacious, and they've got guys up front that are athletic and that are so strong and then can collapse the pocket. You saw it right there in that play-action attempt.
They're setting up the screen, fighting off the defender, and he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
You know, it's funny. I know running backs oftentimes are afterthoughts when it comes to the passing game, but when you think about it, this guy's been making people miss his entire life taking handoffs. So why wouldn't you try to get him involved in the passing game as well?
Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42. And the Horned Frogs will call on their punt team. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Punt goes out of bounds, and a really nice job as they stick them deep in their own end. They'll mark it around the 10. Texas Tech has it back, and the Red Raider offense on its way to the field. And how about that interior defense stuffing the run for nothing? Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. It'll be a draw. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Rifles it down the middle. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down. The Red Raiders send out the punt unit. So from his own end zone, the punt is away. And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. And the offense takes the field eager to go back to work. Red pass, it's complete. Open space at the 25. Touchdown, Horned Frogs! And with that, they've got the lead here in the 2nd half. 2-point conversion attempt is on the way. When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short, and he did the rest of the work.
They get it into the end zone. 2-point conversion is good. The lead stands at 7. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Texas Tech ready to send the offense back onto the field. Give to the back. Stacked up after gaining a couple to the 23.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Hines is way ahead for 5, and now they've got it at the 28. Looking for that 1st down on 3rd and short from the 28. He'll try to pick it up on the ground. Tough sledding in there. Picks up a couple, but still needs 2 more on 4th down. The offense stays on the field. Maybe they'll try to make the defense jump. They also might try to run it ahead for 1 yard. And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. And the Red Raiders line up to punt it away. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play call and everyone on the same page here. And here we go, down to score. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. He's got it inside the 25. And he'll take it all the way. They couldn't bring him down. Touchdown, Red Raiders.
You know, quarterbacks and receivers, they develop confidence and chemistry as the game goes on. These two right now are definitely on the same page.
The extra point is up and good, and we are tied up in the 4th. He'll take the return and try to improve the field position. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. He'll pull it on the read. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the 1st down play.
And that's what I love about the QB run game in this offense is it just keeps these defenses off balance. We're going to see a lot of running backs doing their work between the tackles in this game as well. But you see how mixing in the quarterback run, too, it just keeps this defense so confused.
Big 3rd down coming from their own 31. Defense tries to get off the field. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. The Horned Frogs decide to punt it away. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. On the return, it's McLeod. They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. 1st down here for the offense. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Quickly complete. Still on his feet at the 45. And how about that? What the doctor always ordered. An explosive play to the 40. The offense set for a 1st down play. They'll go to the ground. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
I like it. Just frustrate the defense. Get that 5 to 6 yards. Make them honor the run. Make them know that you're willing to run the football and run it effectively.
They'll run it to the right side. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. If they tried the field goal from here, it would be 53 yards. They'd love to help the kicker out on 3rd down. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
Yeah, and 3rd and short, they choose not to run, throw the football, and I think a lot of that has to do with if they know they're in field goal range, they can take the 3 points on the board.
On 4th down, looking to pass. And this is going to be intercepted. A big play in a tie game. Never really got that return cranking, but the offense is set up at the 30. Looking for a productive play on 1st down. They'll give it to the back. Just working and poking and prodding and finding his way up to the 36. Got 6 on 1st down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. To the ground with the back. Stopped at the 41-yard line after the 5-yard gain. They'll put it in play from the 41 on 1st down. Quarterback on the keeper. He's brought down, but not before they pick up the big 1st down. And the Horned Frogs come to the line with a new set of downs. The give to the back. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. He'll keep it himself. A strong tackle and wrap-up from the junior.
Yeah, and it's a nice job by this defense. Understand, listen, that QB is a threat. And they're going to run all kinds of options, and he's going to run the football. They were dialed in and got that sucker to the ground.
Feeling some heat. And he can't escape, and down he goes. The Horned Frogs will bring the punt team onto the field. The clock has stopped as we have reached the 2-minute warning here in the ball game.
And a great job by the defense, dropping in zone coverage, all eyes on the quarterback, taking away the options, and then finally the pass rush gets home, gets him on the ground.
Texas Tech has it back, and the Red Raider offense on its way to the field. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game. If you're going to win it, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
Quickly to the tight end. And he laid the lumber to stop him from getting the first down. They've got it at the 41, third and short, trying to keep the chains moving. Coming after it. And the pressure will get there. The sack. Down he goes in the waiting moments. That could be a costly play. The Red Raiders will punt it away on 4th down. 3 and out. They got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. They'll put a stop to that return at about the 37-yard line. Offense getting set for 1st down. He's looking to throw it. Finds the tight end. And they pick up just a few on that completion. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. Back to throw, it's Reeves. They're bringing heat. Got the back over the middle. That's a live ball. And the defense has got it, and they're bringing it back. And they'll get him down after a solid return.
You've got to have better ball security on offense. The football possession, that is priceless. Losing possession, turning the ball over, that kills you in games. That loses games. And that is a bad, bad play at a bad time.
You'll take 4 yards on 1st down every time, 2nd and 6. Timeout on the field, and we've got a dandy all tied up late in the 4th. Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 6. Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete. They'd love to make this kick easier by picking up a few on 3rd down. It's 56 yards out from here. From the gun, wants to pass. Got his man quickly. The defense going to stop the clock for the timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page.
A nice job of awareness on defense there on that 3rd down. You know, you're expecting the offense to throw the football, but it's not just going to be receivers or tight ends you got to worry about. You got to keep your eye on where that running back is. They knew exactly where he would be, and they were able to make the tackle, setting up for it.
It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection. TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. So here it is, plenty of time to go and an opportunity to move the ball down the field and win it, David.
Yeah, and you rep this every single week. The 2-minute drill, you got to be precise. You know exactly what your favorite plays are, Palmer. Go down the field, get me in field goal.
And it comes down to the awareness, right? Especially at the quarterback position. You're understanding the timeout situation, working the boundary in the sideline. What's the clock showing me? It all comes down to this.
Flips it out to the back. Oh, they knock it free. The D scoops it up, and everybody reverses field. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own. On 1st down, here comes this offense. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. Gets it out quickly. He's brought down. Solid pickup, but a little bit short of the 1st down. Timeout is called by the offense. They have 14 seconds left. Picked up some yardage with that completion. Now 2nd down. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Pressure coming. And he's left with no option. He just threw it away.
Well, it's the fourth quarter, and you've got to be so careful as a quarterback when you're throwing it over the middle of the field right now because these windows are really small. He's very lucky that last one was not picked off.
On the run, still looking. Forced to just throw it away on third down, and now they face fourth.
Fourth quarter of this football game, decision-making is going to be really key for this quarterback. And obviously on that one, nobody open. He's outside the pocket. He's trying to find something positive, but don't force it. Throw it away. Live to play another day.
So on fourth down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. That is no good. And after the missed field goal, guys, we are still locked up. All right, guys, so here we go in overtime, and just to refresh everyone's memory, alternating possession starting on the opponent's 25.
And it's so nice to be on defense first, to set the tone, to understand what you need. Try to hold them to a field goal. The offense knows they can do their job to go out and get a win. Just 2 possessions, Palmer, like you got to be at your best.
Yeah, and I love the new rules, too, because in the third overtime possession, it goes to alternating 2-point plays, back and forth. Who's got anything left in the tank here in OT?
We'll get it started here in overtime. The run from the shotgun. What a good run there. He has enough for the first down. And the Horned Frogs are in the red zone. Fast motion from the offense. They'll give it to him again. Relying on the run, he gets a couple before he's knocked down. Ball's at the 13. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. They think there's room to run to the right here. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And if you want to bring all your tight ends in the game, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to bring in more linebackers, more defensive linemen. Get ready for the run. Less speed on the field, especially when you get down here in the red zone. I feel like I can match up man-to-man with those tight ends in the back end. Nice job understanding a run was coming.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look there. Third and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage. So everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
It's good, and they strike first and take the lead by 3 here in overtime. Down by 3, it's their turn here in overtime. A touchdown will win it. Here's first down. Now they'll run the draw. They stop him right on the edge of the red zone. A pickup of 5 to the 20. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Run in the red zone, it's Robinson. He'll get that one all the way down to the 4-yard line before he stops. First and goal, and a touchdown will win it. Keeping it on the ground on first and goal. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. Offense trying to pay it off on 2nd and goal. They'll run it. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on 2nd down, this little third to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run-pass option. See if you can get the defense in a bind.
Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there.
Well, on 3rd and short in field goal range, they dial up the pass play. Quarterback was trying to get through his progressions. There was just simply nobody open. Couldn't make an accurate enough throw. Ball falls incomplete. Now setting up a big decision here on 4th down.
Defense going to call a timeout here and give the kicker a little something to think about. Oh, and the attempt is no good. And after the miss, they're still...